Okay, so for the people that have been following Cassidy Campbell, Eric Kanefsky, John Bravo, the predator poachers, you guys know that predator catching has absolutely blown up on YouTube. Now, recently it's been said by Eric Kanefsky that predator catching has actually been demonetized. And honestly, I don't understand how it was ever monetized. A lot of the videos that I have seen, I've probably watched 10 videos of each channel combined when it came to predator catching. I just couldn't watch it. And the reason being is a lot of the shit that they do is illegal. It does not matter if you have a chat log of a fucking pedophile on your phone and you bait them into meeting you. You cannot detain them. You cannot lock them in your house. You cannot shove them. You can't put your hands on them. You can't threaten them. You can't do any of the shit that they were doing to them. It is illegal. These guys that were involved in these videos, these predators, and I say that with quotations because you can't call somebody a predator or a pedophile who hasn't been prosecuted yet, but very likely these guys are pedophiles, but they have not been prosecuted as pedophiles, most of them. And they have rights. They have the right of a fair trial. They have the right to defend themselves. Now, there's a channel that has recently come up, and it's basically showing a lot of the illegal activity that Cassidy Campbell and mainly Alex from Predator Poachers was involved in while doing these catches. I will link a few of the videos down below that I'm referencing. There is one video where Alex from Predator Poachers, I'm assuming it's in his apartment, but he essentially lures this pedophile in and he blackmails him. He basically blackmails this guy. He says, I'm going to call the police now unless you box me. And so he makes the predator put on boxing gloves, and quite frankly, Alex, dude, the guy's fucking 300 pounds and he can't even throw a punch. So essentially what he does in this video is he throws these pathetic punches to the pedophile, and he realizes he's not doing any damage by throwing these punches. So he essentially just launches the pedophile onto the couch. Cassidy even posted this guy trying to box on his channel, 300-pound monster boxing like a 160-pound TikToker. The dude is a pathetic fighter. But the one thing that he has going for him is he was an offensive lineman. I know this because when he first started his channel, he interviewed Jason Blaha, and I had dialogue with him back in the day. He wanted me to actually go to Blaha's apartment and do a triathlon outside of Blaha's apartment as like a troll. And I realized, like, this guy is too fucking young for me to be talking to. I essentially commented on his channel because I was curious what side of Houston Blaha lived on. Because me, Alex, and Blaha, we all live in Houston. And so I was surprised to know that Blaha actually lives in, you know, deep into the inner city. He lives off of Westheimer. At the time he was. But, you know, so I declined to move forward. Me and him stopped talking, but I realized later that his channel blew up. Now, I'm not the type of guy that gives a fuck about fame or followers or anything like that. So I was never in a million years going to text him back and try to get in with him because he had clout. You know, to me, I don't give a fuck. You know, I've told you guys a million times I do this for fun. But back to the point, you know, Alex launches this guy on the couch, and so he assaults him. Can't do that. Doesn't matter if you have a fucking chat log of him as a pedophile. Now, if you're going to do vigilante work and you want to catch pedophiles, humiliate them, and blackmail them, you don't film it. You don't put it on YouTube as evidence that you're doing illegal vigilante work. Okay? And these guys, with all of their combined brain cells, think that it's okay to assault, to lock these guys in their house, and nothing's going to come of it. I am fucking shocked that nothing is going to come from it, or nothing has come from it. There was another video where Cassidy comes out with a fucking gun or a fake gun attached to his hip, and he is literally scaring the shit out of this alleged pedophile. So the pedophile gets up and he takes off. Now, I'm also going to link this video too. You can see the clip. Now, Cassidy tries to grab this pedophile and fucking drag him back into the house. And he's calling for Alex's fat ass from upstairs as Alex is running downstairs, and they're going after this pedophile, trying to drag him back into the house. Again, dude, how are these guys like still roaming the streets? So there's a lot of crazy shit that they have been doing, and I just couldn't believe that these videos were being monetized. I couldn't believe that they weren't getting flagged and taken down. Especially the other day, I think it was like a month ago, Cassidy uploads a video with Alex where they're going to a mentally and physically handicapped guy's house that lives with his grandmother. And they're essentially harassing the fuck out of him and his grandmother. And, you know, Cassidy backs it up like, oh, dude, like he knew what he was doing, da da da. No, you don't know what you're fucking doing when you're mentally handicapped. The people that this guy was messaging, if they were to be 12, 13 years old, were probably more mentally developed than him. That's part of being mentally handicapped, is you don't understand the fucking repercussions of your actions. You don't fully understand what you're doing. It's not like when you message someone who's underage, you're able to realize that you're a pedophile or you're doing something fucked up. That's part of being mentally handicapped. You're not all there. But they go and, you know, Alex is calling this guy fat. And who the fuck is he to call somebody fat, first of all? He needs to take a look in the mirror before he starts calling people fat. But one thing that I noticed about Alex in his videos is, you know, the one thing that he did was he accused Eric Kanefsky of doing this for money. And let's be frank, every fucking show, every channel on YouTube that has ever done this shit is for money. Okay, nobody's gonna do all this stuff for free. Even Chris Hansen, the guy who started this shit, did it for money. If people didn't watch it, they would have pulled the show off of ABC or whatever he was on. Okay, so everybody's doing it for fucking money. And Alex's channel got demonetized. His whole channel revolved around this predator poaching, which, you know, you never want your channel to revolve around one thing, especially something as risky as that. So now he's not posting anymore. After he accused Eric of doing it for money, he abandoned his fucking channel and he's posting on a channel with 9,000 subscribers. So Alex, you know, he really gets off on being the bigger guy, humiliating the 140, 150 pound person. You can tell that he doesn't take this shit seriously. You know, he likes to harass, humiliate, and bully people. It's like he gets off more on that than the fact that he's actually catching a predator. Okay? When you catch a predator, it's a very serious situation. If you see how Chris Hansen conducted himself when he would catch a predator, he took it very seriously because it's a serious matter. Like, if I caught a predator who was trying to meet up with a child, I would take it very seriously. I wouldn't be making a fucking joke out of it. And that's Alex's whole theme. And then with Cassidy, and even though I love Eric, you know, I'm on Eric's side, I believe everything that he said, you know, they try to use like scare tactics and the wow factor to get the clicks and to get people, you know, excited about their videos. You know, they wanted people to be like, holy shit, he's got an axe. But, you know, the fact that YouTube was paying them to do shit that was illegal, they are getting involved in paying people for illegal activity. So what happened was there was enough attention that was being brought to these channels, whether, you know, the videos were being flagged or whatever the case was, and YouTube probably realized, like, these people are literally doing vigilante work that is illegal on YouTube, and we are paying them for it. So YouTube could be sued by these alleged pedophiles along with Eric and Cassidy. Now, what usually happens when stuff isn't on camera and people are doing vigilante type work is they threaten the pedophile. just like they did on camera. So you don't say anything, I'm going to humiliate you, I'm going to do whatever. That's the type of shit that, vigilantes do. But when you're doing vigilante work for clicks, views, and money, you're essentially causing yourself to be fucking guilty. And I think that there are going to be consequences in the future for what they've done. I think that the demonetization of their channels or of the predator catching videos is the beginning. If one of these predators or one of these predators' families, say one of them commits suicide, they go after them and they show these videos in court. This is very fucking troubling videos, guys. And it's not about sticking up for predators, guys. Nobody likes a fucking pedophile. I mean, most people don't. But, the fact of the matter is these videos were for clicks. They were for attention. And when you watch these videos, it's bullying, harassment, physical assaults, people that are afraid for their fucking lives. And do they deserve it? That's up to other people to decide. But it's not up for these fucking guys to decide. So I'm not in the least bit surprised that these videos are not monetized anymore. Trust me when I say that these guys are not doing God's work. Okay? If they were doing God's work and they were, really trying to make a difference, for one, they would do it for free. And number two, Alex wouldn't be making a joke out of it and using it as a means to fucking bully and harass other people and completely clown them. And there wouldn't be, props and things to essentially, create that wow factor. So there's nothing about these videos that are God's work. Let's just be honest. It's for fucking clicks, views, and money. Okay, so even though I do side with Eric in this whole situation, it doesn't mean that he wasn't guilty of, acts that he shouldn't have done. I've seen Eric push one of the predators onto a couch, shove his ass on the couch. So, regardless of what's going on between him and Cassidy, all of these guys can be prosecuted for what they did. Again, vigilante work cannot be done on camera and uploaded to YouTube. So that's all I got to say today, guys. See you next time.